way to train the players on this team that the third period is in the first period, is in the second period, so that they play a full 60-minute game? Who is? G-Not? See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You are nowhere close to ready to do these recaps full time. You learn the players' names who are filling in for the regulars on this team, and I'm going to be back in the chair doing the recaps. Preds lose 4-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes. That last week was fun, huh? Improving the winning percentage of this team, winning 4 of 5. That was a nice stretch. Now it's time for the Preds to play some real competition with the makeup game with what should have been the 4th game of the Preds regular season back in January, but was postponed due to the Carolina Hurricanes having a coronavirus outbreak. New look Preds roster tonight due to Ryan Ellis and Luke Kunin being out due to long-term injury, and Ryan Johansson was out due to coronavirus protocols. Some chances by both teams in the first few minutes. Some fisticuffs would eventually be traded after Nito Niederreiter, for no good reason, contacts UC Saros behind his net when he easily could have avoided him. And Saros stayed in the game at that point, and the game remained scoreless. Nothing going on until Aho, one of Carolina's best scorers, is left alone by Fabro, who loses track of him by Nikas, and Carolina makes it 1-0. Fabro is at it again a little bit later, as he loves to frustrate Preds Nation with plays he makes on the ice defensively, as he takes a delay of game penalty, and Carolina would go back to the power play. Well, this should come as no surprise against one of the best teams in the Central Division this season. 6 seconds, yes, you heard me right, 6 seconds into the power play, right off the faceoff, Trocheck makes it 2-0 Carolina. That winning streak from last week was nice, huh? It would remain 2-0 Carolina after the first period. Rene would be in the Preds net to start the second period, as questions arise from the media and from Preds Nation if it was a performance issue of Saros or if it was an injury. And as it turns out, it was an injury, and Saros would be out for the rest of the game, would not be able to serve as Rene's backup. I really hope to hear news from the NHL Department of Player Safety tomorrow for supplementing discipline for Niederreiter, because that play could have easily been avoided. New goalie though, same result, as less than 5 minutes into the second period, Lorentz makes it 3-0 Carolina. Preds really couldn't sustain any real pressure in the second period, and it's 3-0 Carolina at the second intermission, as the Hurricanes are looking to cruise home and cool for the last 20 minutes. Third period though, Preds still down 3-0 in the game. They're creating some chances finally in front of the Carolina net, in front of James Reimer, who is in net for Carolina. And they draw a penalty out of it. And they still have possession of the puck and are trying to set up a play to get at least one goal out of it, to maybe negate the power play after all. And the puck comes to Duchesne, who can't get it home, and the whistle and the play is blown dead. And Matt Duchesne is so frustrated. He is so snake-bitten. He lets out a frustration to the hockey gods, and if only you could read lips to think what he is saying. Well, the hockey gods were kind of listening, because they answered just not him, as on the ensuing power play, Calle Jarnkrok would score and make it 3-1 Hurricanes. And that would seem to fire up the Preds, because just over 2 minutes later, the Preds are in the Carolina zone again, and Ekholm takes a shot, and it goes in. His third goal in 3 games, and now it's 3-2 Carolina. But that's as close as the Preds would get. Forsberg would have a great chance with the goalie pulled to tie it, but he can't get it in the spot of the net that he wants it to go. Josi takes a penalty. Preds still try to pull their goalie, play 5-on-5, but Sebastian Aho, his second of the game, 4-2 Carolina final. Carolina played in Florida last night in a game that went to overtime, where their goalie made 40+ saves. Would have hoped the Preds could have pulled out a victory tonight with a tired Carolina team, but I guess the positive is that with the lineup they were fielding, that the Preds made it a close game near the end. What might have been with a full lineup. But alas, this team, as the fan base is well aware, is not making the playoffs. Just like the writers who cover this team have said in their articles and on social media, no, this team is not making the playoffs. If you want to try and still be competitive, fine, but don't try to sell us that this team is making the playoffs. I hope the front office is fielding reasonable offers for certain parts of this team that can be moved so that we can improve moving forward into next season. I guess now it's on to the 2 games against Florida, Thursday night for game 1, and then another matinee game Saturday afternoon. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media anytime by clicking on the channel name. And cheer up, Preds Nation. Only 60% left to go or so of the season left.